We've got our map, 7 map pool, 6 out, 1 to go, and Empire had last laugh on it to go to coastline. Just take it away. Why? Why the reaction? Give it to
Take the one that sounds disappointed.
Jeez.
No, I mean, no, I'm actually surprised. This is a great map for both teams.
Empire surprised and banned the Wamai instead of that Valkyrie, so that leaves her on the table. Have some holes, and Renils is actually going to go down for this plant. Almost halfway done, and next one's doing a great job to cover. This is a very early execute, but it is successful. 4 versus 4 turns into a 3 versus 4.
Team Empire find themselves in the post plan, and the smoke's going to completely miss him. There's the C4 as well. Secretly throws in the track stingers while always gets started on the disable, and he's going to be taken straight down. Secretly not being shut down in that instance, while Cryan is going to be. Now there's just 2 members on each side of these teams. Shepard was going to have a go, but distracted now as Joystick removed off the board, and next one finishes it up. Chaos take the first round.
It's pretty early control there, always. He's, what the hell is this?
Okay.
What? Scyther? He almost gets punished there, but Vito asleep. Suddenly, that early control from 2 Chaos players at top white flips on its head.
Well, next one can just delete always straight out. You said he had very little HP, and once he made that rotation for himself, he was in a great position to use the lifeline just to eliminate the clash.
After a spat of bad games, but I think he might lose this one. Indeed, next one, 1v3, still winnable, but tall order. And he is finished off there in the end by Scyther. Dan's ready for him, though.
He's going to receive a lot of damage, and finally a death. Stan snuck up behind him, and even if he'd continued to move in through kitchen, they'd opened up much of the wall, which is where Shepard was, but Dan just continues on his tirade and brings down Cryan as well. And now he's positioned just outside a mudroom here, but always is going to be the one to kill him. It's
because Empire had no idea where they were pushing from and that they were planting. This time, Chaos going for, oh, that's a nice shot, next one. And that is theater control. Great job, at least partly. I think there's still another player at top wide, but Cryan's in a perfect position to receive. What a beautiful pinch now.
A number of the first kills have come in. You can see that Team Empire playing a lot closer into the site, as I was going to say, and then mention how it's a risk because of that pink wall, but it doesn't matter.
These are the 2 players I would absolutely want in the clutch scenario, but next one's also been stepping up. He's so low on HP, so either could spray them both down. 1 down, another one. Suddenly, this 5v2 for Chaos is a 1v1, and it's all on secretly.
He's starting to peek through, and he nearly gets the kill, but it's going to be Scyther who confirms it. Team Empire come back from a disadvantage to take themselves the round. But instead he'll throw in the track stingers to prevent the rotations available, and there's a kill for Scyther onto Cryan. That's one of those aggressive players taken out, but he's traded straight out as Renewals positioned here outside, probably in a position that Empire weren't expecting. Renewals, but secretly could just creep in behind him, and that looks like what he's going to go for. As he's pushed back, he walks straight into the line of sight, and Chaos take their second round.
A good execute. They didn't get too ahead of themselves. Empire wanted to go for that, I call it a Pengu hole, where you have the shield in this close position in Sunrise. Cryan, what are you doing? I'm trying to color cast here, mate. You're just killing everyone. Stop it.
And Renewals looks like he's going to jump straight into kitchen as well as Cryan starts to flank round. He tries to back out towards office. There's 1 kill. He secures from himself.
Next one to throw in some util. That's going to remove Shepard's audio for now. And Joystick taken out. They know the last player is the one who is trapped in Sunrise, but he's allowed to rotate up Cool Vibes. Still in a 1v3, this is probably not winnable, and he can't deny the plant from above.
Oh, he's having the enemies pinged for him, but he'll just jump out as he wants to try and flank around behind them. There's the player with the diffuser, but next one was ready. Shepard taken straight out, and it'll be a 3-3 at the half.
Chaos demonstrating some good adaptation.
And it's given Empire more free roam to make it over into this east side of the map, but Vito downstairs in the lobby plays off the white stairs and can just headshot Joystick.
I'm disappointed that Joystick found himself in that 1v1, but it might not matter here. Scyther eventually does punish Vito, and look at that, Shepard as well for one. This wall breach means he can look deep all the way across the hallway, but Renewal still has the Elder, 2 versus 3, but it's the smoke and the Maestro still alive. They're cleaned up, and Empire do close it. They made me sweat there once it became a 4v4, once that time ticked down, but they do close it. in the dire moments.
That makes the opportunity to do that once again so much more limited, but Shepard's going to go in for the plant, affected by the Banshee, but the smoke is there for protection, and Crying needs to move forward if he wants to take down these players, because Dan's just going to start cleaning up. Next one and Crying both down, and now it's all on Secretly's shoulders, but he gets completely shot down. Dan on a tear today, and Team Empire take the second attacking round. Compared to how the rest of this series has been going so far, this is really deep into the round for no kills to still be on the board. And it means it's going to have to get aggressive eventually. Joystick was waiting towards the site because they'll want to plant, but Cryan knows where Joystick is. He was playing patiently, and now suddenly you don't have that Ash for protection.
There's no time. Time's running out. Look at this, 13 seconds. Dan is below to make sure there's no one with a C4 downstairs, but the anchors on site are doing good work. Doesn't matter if you open Drinks wall if there's no one to watch it. In fact, they didn't breach the Drinks walls. Always gets 2 kills, traded out, and the defenders win on time.
Next one present in Aqua, so he could be there to catch anyone out, and Joystick actually creeping up through luggage could meet his demise. There's the kill from next one onto Scyther. Does he know of the other player who's behind him? And another one from Empire. They're in VIP. That'll be always as a 2K is there for next one. He's having a lot of pressure, make it a third. He's just clearing up with these players from Empire, but he will eventually go down to Dan, who is a very low HP himself and has an impact straight to the face.
This Empire, I don't think there's any way they can go for a passive plant. They've got to find these 2 kills.
Yeah, they're really going to have to get aggressive. And the problem with Dan as well is should a smoke come out as there's one left, he's going to receive a substantial amount of damage and potentially die. But Secretly will be the next one to die as Shepard moves in. He makes it a 2K and they take the round that looks so out of their own hands.
A 2v2, and well, Shepard certainly did go for both kills. In the opening kill, let me count this, 4 times so far, but Cryan does fight back a little bit on the Joystick. That's the trade, and oh my god, always, can you just stop? Everyone is dying so early on. Always has been tearing house here with the Buck, a player we haven't maybe talked about enough, but definitely shown up for Empire. Dan's watching the flank, but gets taken down. That's a critical kill for Secretly, but Always finds yet another 3 versus 1 now. And
he's got to get all 3 players, as well as disable the diffuser. If Chaos are to hold on to this round, this could be the win right here for Team Empire. That's what it turns into. A beautiful game, recreating what happened in Stage 1, but Team Empire pull through the win rather than succumbing to a draw, and their hopes in EUL remain alive.
A great game for Empire here, looking very much on point every step of the way. Beautiful Fnatic skin there, if I do say so myself. And back in form as not only the team as a whole, but players in abundance. Dan had a huge one, 16-5? What is that? Absolutely disgusting.
Привет, Daniel. How are you doing?
Fine, of course fine. Today is no internet trouble, so we can play.
So what happened
It's
on Monday?
good.
Was it just a power cut?
Yeah, we just don't have internet like before 30 minutes when game starts. Just internet dropped, and that's all. We just wait for the when it's up.
Unfortunate. Well, after that unfortunate forfeit, and coming into today's playday, did that memory of Monday have any mental effect on you and the team, adding pressure and such?
I think yes, because it was very important game for us, so it's affected, but we still prepare for the game. Like that's all we can do, because we can't like play this game. So that's all. We just know that we need to continue play and continue to beat other teams.
Yeah, and it's very necessary, of course. We talked about it earlier on today, where you're on the edge between the bottom and the top, and there's so much that can be done today. And the next play day, Empire can really rise to the top at the last second, actually. But how is the role swap working out for the team? Because for us watching, it's odd to see Coastline, Empire playing Coastline, and Joystick not playing Jaeger. You know, it's a difficult thing to imagine you on mute versus Jaeger.
I don't know, I very like it, because it's like a refresh for the player. When I swap the roles, I like to watch the VODs of other teams and how other players playing on this role, so it's really cool for me, and like I think for other players as well, because I just mind stuck on the Ash and Jaeger. I have some defaults, and it helps a lot.
Yeah, well, my final question here. Chaos, of course, your opponents are officially relegated, but today when you were playing them, did it feel like you were playing against a team that had nothing to lose and giving it their everything?
No, I think every Pro League team like playing as they can, like on the maximum. So I don't know. We know that every team in Pro League is really strong. So you need to prepare for everyone. Like I don't know what to say. They're really cool team, and today was so close game because we won like 3 or I guess 3 close rounds. Like 2v5 in defense first, then Shepard and Dan clutch, then Skyther clutch. That's like crazy. It was so close game.
It's a very intense game. That's usually what Coastline really gives us as a map in general.
Yeah, that's true.
At the end of this matchup and with your experience on Coastline right now being one of the highest out there in the world, anything you'd like to say to all the Empire fans out there?
First thing I want to say, look, Dan is a beast and the best player in the world. Second, we all love you as much as possible. So, mwah, mwah, mwah.
Я люблю тебя, Joystick.
Oh, yeah.
So lovely, so wonderful. Well, Joystick, thank you very much. Congratulations again. Can't wait to see how your run continues in our next Playdate.